Thank you for applying for the role of full-time toddler teacher with ABC Child Care Center. Please tell us about yourself.
My name is Dana Bernhardt, and I am a recent graduate of the Early Childhood Education program at Conestoga College. I live in Waterloo with my 2 cats, and I am excited to start my career.
How do you see yourself building relationships with the children, with families, with coworkers?
Well, with the children, I think it's really important to get to know them and ask their name and what their interests are, and really engage with them and spend time with them and show them I'm someone that they can trust. And with parents, I think open communication is really important. Introducing myself, being really open with them about how their child is doing and answering all of their questions that they might have. And sorry, what was the third thing?
With coworkers.
Well, with coworkers, it's similar. So I would work really hard to build professional relationship with them and get to know them, and share my philosophy of teaching with them and learn what their philosophy is, and just be really collaborative and share the workload to make sure the classroom runs really well.
Can you give me an example of working cooperatively as a team member to accomplish an important goal? What was your role in achieving this objective?
Yes, I can. When I was on my field placement, the center was planning a parent night where the parents could come and see the classrooms and see what their kids have been learning about and the documentation. My role was to give my ideas to my cooperating teacher and also make some signs with the children. So I had them help me make the posters that we hung up all around the center so the parents knew about the night.
Engaging parents and caregivers in discussions around their child's learning through play is an important responsibility for educators. How would you share play and learning experiences with parents and caregivers in childcare?
I think it's really important that they know that their children aren't just playing all day and they're actually learning a lot when they're at childcare. So some of the things I would do to communicate with the parents is giving them updates when they pick up or drop off in the morning, also doing documentation, sharing some photos that I've taken of the children while they were engaged in learning, and just being open to any questions that they might have.
Within early learning environments, we utilize the How Does Learning Happen pedagogy. Can you explain how you would implement the 4 foundations in your program?
Sure. So for belonging, I would just make sure that the classroom was like a welcoming place where children and families felt that they belong. So having family pictures up on the wall, having the children's pictures on their cubby, a place for them to put their personal belongings like their favorite stuffy. For well-being, I think it's really important to have things that are safe, like let children take risk but still maintain safety, and cleanliness in the room. We make sure that the toys are sanitized on a regular basis, that type of thing, and making sure they have access to really nutritional food while they're at childcare. Also for engagement, it's really important that children have a chance to share their ideas and be really involved in the program. And for expression, providing lots of opportunities for them to communicate, and sometimes that's through dancing or playing an instrument or telling stories, that kind of thing.
Can you tell me about how you plan curriculum for children by giving an example, and how do you extend the learning?
So I learned in my field placements that you should plan curriculum based on the children's interests and not just what the teachers are interested in putting out for the children. So one example is I provided the materials that children could make their own instruments at the art table, and that came from an observation I had when after Thanksgiving the children went to the Oktoberfest parade and they were talking about all the marching bands and the instruments that some of the people in the parade were playing.
Tell me about the most difficult challenge you faced in trying to work cooperatively with someone who did not share the same ideas. What was the difference in ideas? What was the outcome? What was the long-term impact on your ability to get things done working with this person?
I remember when I had a field placement in a kindergarten classroom. In school, we're taught to provide child-guided experiences as much as possible and use open-ended materials. And my cooperating teacher was only putting out activities that the children had to follow a pattern for, like making a snowman, and all the children had to make the exact same one. And if it wasn't the same, then my cooperating teacher basically told them it was wrong and showed them how to fix it. I shared with her what we're learning about in school and letting the children use their own creativity to make something however they want and being okay with that. She actually took it really well. She asked me to share some more information about articles and different readings we were given in class, and it turned out to be a really good professional dialogue that we had.
If you were working in the toddler room, how would you deal with a situation where one toddler continuously hit the other children in the room?
It's really hard when the children are doing things like that, and mostly it's trying to remember that it's developmentally appropriate for them, because a lot of them are still learning how to communicate with their peers. So just constantly reminding them that hitting hurts and making sure they have a different outlet. So if they're feeling aggression, maybe giving them some Play-Doh that they can hit, or some drums and a drumstick that they could beat on, and making sure to redirect them to a better activity.
One important part of being an early childhood educator is continuous learning. What have you done to further your own professional development?
Well, I've been in school for 2 years, so I feel like that's really been a lot of learning. I've learned quite a bit during my 2-year program, but also when the college offered different conferences and things like that, I would always try and sign up for them. And the college has a professional resource center that I became a member of, so I could get access to the articles and all of the materials that they have at the resource center.
Can you tell me how you handle yourself when you are stressed or under pressure? What are some strategies you use?
I felt that the last 2 years there was quite a bit of stress, especially around exam time and when trying to get everything done for my placement. So some things I like to do are go for walks, or make sure to spend some time with my friends and family, or just take a break from all my courses and read or watch TV. But just try and make sure that I'm not getting too overwhelmed.
Do you have up-to-date CPR and first aid, and are you legally able to work in Canada?
Yeah, my CPR and first aid are up to date because I needed to have that for my field placements, and I am legally able to work in Canada.
Did you bring your references?
I did. Here you go.
Thank you. Why would you like to work for our organization?
I really want to work for you because I've heard great things about this center, and I really love children. And one of my friends had a field placement here, and they just said how great all the staff are, and I think that your philosophy matches my own philosophy of teaching. So I think I would be a really good fit at this center.
Great. And do you have any questions for me?
Yes, I was wondering when you would be making a decision about this interview.
So we will be making our decision by April 15th of this year.
Okay.
Thank you for coming in. It was great to meet you.
Thank you so much for having me. Goodbye.